Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I hear where there he is.
Good
What's
morning.
happening?
Good morning. Good morning.
How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm blessed, man. Woke up on the wake up list to do this show with you, man. Second Saturday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The second Saturday of the month.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. We got a sun. We got somewhere it's raining, somewhere it might be snowing, but it's still beautiful. We still here, so we are thankful for that. That's definitely for sure.
Absolutely.
Before we get started, I got to ask this question. What's your thoughts on the Detroit sign?
Detroit. Oh, man. Hey, man, they tried. I mean, it ain't no Hollywood sign. They tried, right?
Well, I see it from what I thought about it, from the drawings and the renderings. I was saying, under promise, or over promise, and under deliver. Does it look nice? Yes, it does. I think everybody got hyped looking at the signs and the pictures that they put out. It was going to be so grandiose, and it was like a little bit of a letdown. I like it because you're trying, but what they put out there originally, it looked like it was going to be just so wonderful, and you could see it from miles around and see it from space. But that's not the case. But at the end of the day, is it something different? Are they trying? When people come off the plane and travel to Detroit, can they see it off with 994? Yes, they can. But I was thought it was a little bit bigger. But hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. Have you seen it yet?
Not in person. I just seen it on the images on Facebook and all that. I haven't seen it in person.
That one guy rapping about it. Of course, he smashed everything that's going on in Detroit. I don't know. I don't want to mess his name up. I think I know his name, but I don't want to say it wrong and have everybody mad at me because I said his brother's name wrong. But everybody know about the rapper who did the song and all that. But yeah. My big brother Rizzy said, "Top of the morning to you, fellas. Good morning to you." No, they did not get rid of the tire. The tire stay there. This is just an addition. They're going to put a few Detroit signs around the city. I wanted to bet the next one's going to be better since everybody talked about this one. I wanted to bet the next few are going to be better. But we're going to see. Let's see. Also, we got to do it. What jersey you got on today?
I was thinking long and hard, and I said, you know what? I can't do it to the Lions and not do it to the Tigers. So everybody who the Tigers play, I'm gonna have on the opposite jersey. So I got on the Twins. Okay. Every time we do a show, whoever they playing, I'm gonna have on that jersey because I won't not have on the Tiger jersey because you will not be going to the World Series.
Okay. Well, what about playoffs? You think they can make the playoffs?
That wasn't what y'all said. Y'all said the series.
Okay, I agree. But
that's what y'all said.
You think they're going to make the playoffs, though?
You're not going to make the series. So, of course, you're not going to make the playoffs. No. It's right. Okay, look at it like this. When they were 6-1, y'all was ready to have a parade down Woodward. Then they dropped to 6-3. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, it's like the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. I'm just here for the ride. Well,
we're gonna get to them. We definitely gonna talk about them. They're a little bit further later on in the show. But I'm wearing my Red Wings. Let me see if
I forgot they did play today.
They play today. They play this evening. Last game of the season, and as well as the Pistons. We're gonna talk about them too. And I'm mad. I'm gonna tell you why. Ooh, I'm mad. I'm mad at myself. I'm going to tell you what. But we're going to get there. Of course, we're going to start with the topic of the week. Before we do that, don't forget to click like, click share, and let everybody know that we are out here. Get on the phone. Send a smoke signal in the sky. Old Indian style. Kamau Felix is on the internet talking that crazy stuff, and they're having a good time already. Already 3 topics in, even though they haven't even started the topic of the week. So we're going to keep it moving. All right, everybody. We actually had a tie for topic of the week, the NCAA Championship games. That means the men's and women, as well as the Masters. I kind of jokingly called it the Caitlin Clark Championship game because that's all they talked about, even though South Carolina was undefeated at the time and still is.
Absolutely.
South Carolina, Iowa came out with gangbusters, hitting shots all over the place. Caitlin Clark put up 18 in the first quarter. South Carolina weathered the storm, made some quick changes, some quick substitutions, brought out the defensive stopper on Caitlin. After that, she kind of came back to earth, even though she did have 30. 30 was it 30 or over 30? I think she had 30. And it was a great game. What were your thoughts on the game, sir?
Now, you know, man, I told you what was going to happen. I told you. And I'm not even a Caitlin fan, man. But look, this is what got. I'm not even a fan, but somebody sent this to me. This is what I do, man. This is what I'm debating if I'm gonna wear this, but this is what I do, man. This is throw that junk down on the ground. This is what I do, man. But nah, I mean she did her thing, but like you said, how you lose and they still put everything on you? That's crazy. Mm-hmm. And when I seen it, you know what it made me think of? Last year, well, the year before last, the Lions went into Lambeau Field and beat Green Bay. And at the end of the game, it was Randall Cobb and Aaron Rodgers. I say, they lost.
Hold on. Let's see if I can get my arm around your shoulder.
So I said, but I like how DT, Diana Taurasi, told her, when you get to this WNBA, you gonna see what's really good. Because it's like she said, it's easy to guard 18, 17, 16-year-olds. Now you're dealing with grown women. That's a little bit more skilled than you, a little bit more advanced than you. And like I've been saying, and you also agree with me, you don't play no defense. You're gonna have to play D now. That ain't part of her game.
Yep.
So you about to see. Yeah. Like they say, when the grits hit the fan, yeah, you about to see. Yeah, so.
Yeah. Well, that was my first point. Cameras on Caitlin, even in the loss. They won the game, and they showed her in the line. They didn't show South Carolina, celebrating. But right after they showed Caitlin in line, they showed Caitlin on the sideline, not hugging her coach, giving her teammates hugs and not hugging other people. I wonder what the story is behind that, but maybe she said we'll talk about it after in the locker room or something. And what bothered me more than anything was the reporter. I don't remember the lady's name, asking all South Carolina players how was it they did it, even though they got less playing time. To me, she kept trying to introduce doubt to the team about how is it that they did so great, even though you didn't get the playing time that you probably deserved. That bothered me so much. I cannot remember that lady's name.
Was it Shelly Rowe?
Is that the lady's name? But short lady with the blonde hair, veteran commentator. Why would you introduce that? Why is that a point of interest if they won?
You didn't. Caitlin is America's hero, right? And then she lost. Okay? Think about it like this. You just said it. Last year they lost to Angel Reese. They was talking about sending them to the White House with LSU. They didn't want to see her lose. We both said it after the Connecticut game. Man, they cheated so bad. Like you said, if Iowa would have won, you know how when the Chiefs won, they came up with the Disney World commercial. They would have made one for Iowa, guaranteed. That's their last shiner of hope, man. They don't have no. See, on the men's side, they had Adam Morrison, they had Drew Timme, they had Jimmer Fredette. They don't have nobody now, so now they got to go to the women's side.
That's one of the best names of all time, Jimmer. I love that name.
Jimmer Fredette. Jimmer Fredette could shoot the lights out. That was they shining hope. Now, okay, everybody, okay. And everybody wants to say, oh, he playing the race card. I'm not playing the race card. I'm playing the reality card. That's what it is. If Caitlin Clark was African-American, she wouldn't have got no publicity like that. No. They use the media to tear us down. They don't use the media to bring us up. But because she's America's hero. She don't have a team like South Carolina. She chose to go to Iowa. And then the funny thing about it is, Coach Bolden, I think that's her name, you'll never hear from the Iowa program again unless Caitlin Clark had a twin. You're never. They're about to go off in the sunset. You're not about to hear nothing else about that program at least the next 5 to 10 years. That's why they had to hold on to us. If they had their way, hey, Caitlin, go back. Okay, think about it.
Give her a COVID year.
Okay, think about it. Think about it. Sabrina Ionescu is better than Caitlin Clark, and they ain't even get her to put up big. And she trained under Kobe. There you go.
Yeah. Yep, I agree with you on that. All right, we had Camila Cardoso was the MVP. Do you think that was a redemption for her after the LSU fight?
Cardoso, you know what? If you're going to really do it like that, Cardoso, it's kind of hard because then I was going to say, old girl, they said the revenge story. She stuck Caitlin up, stuck her up, laid it up, did her. So that's who should have got MVP, but you can't base it off one game, right? Because Cardoso really was the focal point. Just like what's her name was, the one who played for the Fever now in the middle. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it would have been Raven. I'd have made Raven the MVP. Because Raven, you put Raven on her for a reason, right? And Raven held her down, denied her the ball, stuck her up, laid it up, talked trash to her, all that. She talked trash.
I think it was much more than that. When Raven came off the bench, when they were down, is when it seemed like the whole team played that much better. She put the team in position to make the shots they need to play. She ran the offense, and that's when South Carolina started striving as opposed to playing from behind. When Raven came in the game, it was like, okay, that's it. We're doing it like this now. It seemed like ever since then, they went from being down, was it 12 to 15, something like that, to them winning, not leading the rest of the game. So that's why I would have made her the MVP. But you got to have tangible stats to be the MVP. And so because Cardoso had almost a triple-double, that's why she wound up getting the MVP. I just think it was, in my opinion, I still say it was some redemption after she went out there and had a little momentary lapse of judgment against LSU. And for her to come back like that and with the MVP, I think she's coming back, and they'll have those Twin Towers next year. Raven will be back next year. The Twin Towers, the girl that they're making a big deal out of, where Coach Staley got her set up her what's the word I'm looking for? Set up set up an engineering department degree for her so she can get a degree in what she wanted to get it in. So they've been making a big deal about that. So it's almost like they're saying she did something illegal, but trust me, that's nothing new. They've been doing that all over. When you want your degree to be here and this is what you're looking for. Well, let me talk to this department right quick. Let me set up you a study. Let's set up this women's studies department. Let's set up this African American studies. This is nothing new to get kids to come to different schools, and they just making a big deal out of it. So hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right. The University of Connecticut men's basketball invitational. That's basically what it was, because they've steamrolled everybody. The championship game was the lowest scoring of all the other games that they played, but they were still in that much more control in the entire time. The score didn't reflect it, but they once it got to about the 15-minute mark, if that, of the second half, that game was over. UConn had them firmly in the chokehold, and Iowa. Not Iowa, but Purdue couldn't do nothing with UConn. And to watch them is like they play with like a wrecking ball. It's almost like organized street ball. And if you got some guys that can just get them down the court and street ball, and they got a little bit of organization to them, teams can't keep up, and that's what happened with them. How'd you like that game, sir?
I mean, it was total dominance. Colligan, the center, he declared pro. So, I mean, I still think they're going to repeat. They the team to beat. I think Purdue, when you talk about college basketball and the landscape of college basketball, the SEC top, now the Big East is coming. The Big Ten, we too far behind, man. They got to take that inside, outside. Now we shoot three. Nah, man, out there, they bring a whole different animal, man. It's a whole different
open it up.
Yeah, it's a whole different animal. Like you just had Zach Edey. That's it. Yeah, Zach Edey. The lawyer kid, he didn't do nothing. The guy, the Johnson kid, the night before he hit all them threes, he didn't do nothing. What they beat you, they make you play UConn ball. They don't play Purdue ball, and they don't play basketball. They make you play UConn way. And the more you try to run with them is the worst thing you could ever did. Because Zach Edey can't get down the court like Callaghan did. And then when Danny Hurley subbed, he subbed the player that subbed that player was just as good or even better than the player he subbed.
Yep.
And Matt Painter had no answer. You're not playing Izzo, man. You're not playing Northwestern. You're not playing Ohio State. That old ends, we'll dump it down to Edey, and they brought the trap. And then Edey, he not tough. Look how many times they took the ball from him.
They talked about how they targeted that one shoulder of his because he can only pretty much go one direction.
Right.
And once they played over the top on that one side, even though he got his points, a lot of them was off rebounds and put back dunks and stuff like that.
Or whatever.
He got his points, but it wasn't from him doing the normal post up that he normally does and taking the guy to school. So they had a good plan. They had a good plan for him.
Bradley 2.0. That's what he's gonna be in the league. The only difference why he won't get singled out like Sean Bradley, because they're gonna look at it like, okay, who was the first guy before him like that? Yao Ming. But Yao Ming adapted to his
Sean
game.
was before Yao. Sean was before Yao.
No. I mean because they both Japanese, right? Yao Ming was Chinese. This guy Japanese. That's what I mean on that type of level. But what I'm saying is Yao Ming adapted to the NBA, right?
Yeah.
Because look who Yao Ming was playing against. Shaq. Tim Duncan.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, only really.
But I don't even know if he'll get a cup of coffee. He'll get a contract. He'll be with a team for about 3 years. I don't see him being in the league that long because his skill set isn't what the NBA does anymore. They don't because you see Wembanyama 7'6" running the floor, putting the ball on the floor, looking like he's 6'2" out there. So it's a big difference between what Zach Edey can do as opposed to what he can do. Because you look at Bo in the tournament playing, putting up numbers. Where he at? He looked good in the uniform on the sideline, but he's not playing. What he used to call it? He all airport. That's what's his name used to say all the time. Dickie V saw say that all the time. He's all airport. He'll be all airport on a lot of teams. He'll come in the gym. He'll look good. He'll look good in warm-ups, but he's gonna be sitting on the end of the bench. Not because he's not good, but because of what the NBA is apprised of now. That's just today's game. I'm an old school guy. I like to see the center out there the old traditional way. But if you got a guy like Draymond who's 6'7", 6'8", who can play center and pull your regular center off the block and bring him to the 3-point line and opening things up for a backdoor cut and for an open 3-point shot for what he does, it's a whole different ball game now.
Correct.
So, I wish the man luck. He may wind up going overseas somewhere or something like that, but they do the same thing overseas. So, but I wanted to bet he'll be a G League guy. He'll get a three-year contract. He'll make he'll make a league minimum somewhere. He'll be a top 15 pick. And outside of that, they'll pay him for what he's done, basically. Taking Purdue to the championship. When you win a championship, even if you don't win it, when you go that far and you get that kind of a publicity, it's going to be some incentives behind them. But it's not going to be what I would hope it would be back in the day when you had, twin towers at every team in the NBA and everybody looking to put the ball and going inside out. It's not like that no more. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. All right, let's see here. The Masters. The biggest news is Mr. Eldrick Tiger Woods has made his 24th straight cut. Not consecutive, but straight. The difference is every time he plays in the Master, he makes the cut. He hasn't played in consecutive years because of injuries, but every time he has played, he's made the cut. He is 6 strokes off. He's 5 strokes off the lead at 1 under. The leader is Max Homa from the USA, Scott Scheffler, and Bryson DeChambeau, all USA gentlemen are all tied for first. We have Nicola Hogard, Colin Monakwawa, did I say that right? Cameron Davis, Ludwig Aberg, Tommy Fleetwood, Cameron Smith, and Matthew Pavan are the top 10. I'm pretty sure they have already started for today. So Greg has corrected me. He is 1 over for the day. Is it 1 over for the day, or did he finish yesterday 1 over? But I know I definitely saw 1. Either way, that's striking distance for Tiger. But we're gonna see if he has a good Saturday, he'll be right there in the end. I think he can do it, but will he do it? I don't know, because he's still in a lot of pain, and he picks the spots of the tournaments that he's going to be in, because he probably has a lifetime exemption at all of the big majors, seeing that he has been so successful. So hopefully he can do it, because of course that's good coverage. He's one over for the tourney. All right, thank you, sir. He made his grouping probably hasn't started yet. All of the undercard starts early, and that's who's probably out there playing now. So Tiger probably will be teeing off soon, and probably the final, the big pairing will be Homa, Scheffler, DeChambeau, and Hogard will probably be the 4 pairing, the last 2 to tee off, probably in the afternoon. That's normally how they do it. Those who have the highest score and tee off first, those who have the lowest score go later on in the afternoon. So I do apologize. We did say we were going to do you pick them for this one, but it got by me. I meant to get it out Wednesday night, and then I looked up Thursday morning, and they were playing. So please forgive me. But we are going to go ahead and we're going to, not now, but later on, we're going to announce the winners of the tournament championship, and for the men and women, and 2 different winners, and both of them kind of ran away with it for the men and the women, and so they did a really good job. All right, once again, don't forget to click like, click share. Don't forget to get the book. Can we get it in the camera? Can we get it right? There we go. Gratefulness Journey Every Day by the one Mr. Marcus Holmes, that man right there, the one who lives the Wiz in Oz. Speaking of which, I was watching my movie last night. Where my movie at? I was watching my movie last night. My favorite movie, The Wiz. I got it for $5.99 at Target, and I was watching The Wiz as I was putting the show copy together, putting everything together. And something I've seen that movie and The Matrix probably about 1,000 times, boy. I know you like this guy. Something about that movie give you inspiration. Give you inspiration. All right. As we move into NFL football, rest in peace to the Juice, O.J. Simpson. He died at the age of 76 due to complications from cancer. Rest in peace to that young man, and prayers out to his family. And of course, what does that do? For anytime OJ is in the news, what does that do? That sparks the conversation. Did he do it? Did he kill Ron Goldman and his ex-wife? What do you think, sir? Let's give it a good couple of minutes on this one. Did OJ do it?
No, I don't think he did. Rest in peace to him, though, but I don't think he did. If he did, he did real good at it, because he didn't do no time for it. I'm just saying, if he did it, he did real good. I mean, he came out with the book, If I Did It, right? So I don't think he did it.
This is my thoughts. He had his hat on, covered them eyes up. They didn't find the hat, but they found them gloves. I think he either did it or he know who did. One or the other. I honestly think he had something to do with it. He may not have actually did the, but I think he had something to do with it, honestly. And Ron Goldman was just in the way. He just happened to be there at the time, dropping the glasses off, and got caught up in the mix and fought for his life. And shout out to Ron Goldman's dad. He was like, "I'm getting something for this. I'm getting something for it. I'm getting something for it." And he took him to court, took him to civil court, took everything he had, melted down the Heisman, all that stuff. I still think I see Greg agrees with me. He knew who though. I think either he did it or he know who did it and probably was watching it. That's my idea. Because the dog wasn't barking. So if the dog wasn't barking, that didn't alarm the neighbors. So I think I honestly what I really thought it was. I always thought it was his son. I thought OJ Jr. did it. The oldest boy. That's what I always thought it was. But I can tell you, I have some good memories of OJ. I saw OJ run for a touchdown on Monday Night Football. When I first started playing football for the Pirates back in the day before they became the Steelers. And OJ was on Monday night. He was so smooth. He was just like, I've never seen a guy even to this day with that smoothness. It is always like his shoulders was just moving back and forth. It's something about him. Did you ever remember watching him play?
I never seen the Juice play, man. I seen highlights, but I never seen him.
I got to see him live on Monday Night Football. Marcus said he was a hero. He was definitely a hero. He was on the Hertz commercials, on NBC, as a sideline reporter. He did all the movies. He did one of the best movies of all time, an Airplane. So I remember looking up to him. I remember, OJ was the man. It was just something about that guy, and he had that voice, the way he talking, the way he enunciated, the way he carried himself, and OJ was a whole. He was that deal. He was that deal. What the kids say, OJ was a vibe. OJ was a vibe. So rest in peace to OJ. I hope he gets some peace and
oh boy.
So he gets some peace in death, and the families of the Goldman and his ex-wife get some peace behind it as well, and all those involved, Marsha Clark and Chris Darden. Yeah, hope they get it, because that case took a lot from them, and even to this day, you can't say OJ without putting a lot of those people together in there, and his best friend. What was his best friend name? That was driving truck.
Al Collins, AC.
Big Al. I remember watching that. I remember him driving down the freeway. The Lakers was playing against the Bulls for the championship, and he was going down the freeway. Yep. They kept breaking in the game. OJ in a high speed, low speed chase. Oh, one more thing before we move on. Never forget, I was in college, of course, when this was happening, and I'm in class, and true to form, just like, when you get further and further, I'm the only black person, not man or woman, the only black person in my class. The day they announced OJ the verdict, I'm sitting in class and we have an exam. Class is quiet. It's quiet. Next, the professor comes in. The OJ verdict is in. He is not guilty. And everybody went, oh, and looked from looking at him at the door to looking at me. And I'm sitting there like, I didn't do it. True story. At Michigan State University, I am West in class. I bet you that class still there. It's like a stadium seating, and I was in the lower part of it, and everybody looking at me like they was ready to fight. Man, oh man, that was a day. I remember having OJ there in college, and I remember also having when they got the police officer got found not guilty for beating up on that guy, and there was almost some riots on campus too. But that's another story for another day.
Rodney King.
Rodney King. That's right, Rodney King. All right, we're gonna move forward a little bit more with the NFL college. Is JJ McCarthy a top 10 pick? What you think?
Yeah, top 10 cheater. But yeah, I guess. Like I said, yeah, top 10 cheater. So yeah. Is he a top 10 pick? It's kind of hard. Well, it's kind of hard to say, man, because he don't tickle my fancy. I'm not a fan. So
I think he will be. Whether he actually earns it or not, will he? Will he actually be one? Probably. Of course, you want to have him down and at the ceremony downtown. Of course, it's going to be great to have a Michigan man get picked in the top 10, led his team to the national championship. I think he will be. I think he will be a top 10 pick. And where he's going to go, I don't know. Because every time you turn around, that's what they're talking about. What's his name? Joe Lunardi. Is that his name? Joe, from Fox Sports. He's breaking down. I just look at his splits. I'm looking at third down and more than 7. He's just so excellent. I've watched him do that. When you guys coming out and talking him up like that, that's just overplay on the underlay. Let you know that he will be going a little bit higher than usual. Will he be successful? We'll see. We shall see. What's my saying? She said the blind man to the dead dog. We shall see. All right, we're gonna move on to the NBA. Don't forget, once again, click like, click share. Thank you guys for joining our Facebook group, and thank you for doing that. We are growing every day, every day. And of course, we're gonna start with our Pistons. Last night, victorious over the Dallas Mavericks in Dallas, and I didn't go to the game. That's what I'm mad about. When I said earlier I was mad, I should have went to them and said, go to the game. Go to the game. Because last time I was here, they got blown out by about 50. And so I kept saying, but if you look at the last 4 years, the Pistons are like 4-6 against the Mavericks. It's almost even. So even though they lose and it be big losses, but when they win, even though they split they've been splitting the series. I talked myself out of it. I went to the grocery store, spent a lot of money on groceries. I ain't spending no more money. Came here, and as you know, I saw the score was close in the first quarter. I said, uh-oh. Second half, they were winning. I said, I should have went to the game. I should have went.
I told you when you asked me. I said, no, don't go. I'll go. Sit in the cut. Look, Luka didn't play and Kyrie didn't play. So what was you going for?
For the experience. I like being in the stadium. I like going there getting cups at the end of the game. Even if they didn't, I still want to be able to get a good evaluation of Cade and Ivy and Duran. And I want to see Monty in the flesh. Because I got to see the former coach in the flesh, and because they talking about Monty, should they bring Monty back? And they say it's coaching the issue. I don't really think coaching is an issue. Honestly, I really don't. Because Casey wasn't really that much better. They have a worse record with Monty than they did with Casey. But to me, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of another. I really don't think, because you got one of the top premier coaches in there. Is he frustrated? Is he upset about what's going on? But I think the fish rots from the head down. I think you got to look at it from the ownership to the general manager, then the coach. Because the ownership is not putting that much into it. The general manager isn't getting the players in there around. Because you got 4 players: Cade, Ivy, Duran, and Thomas. The young kid, the twin.
Oh, Thompson.
You got to me, that's your core.
Right.
What do you have around them outside of that that's going to take you into the future? Those guys are under the age of 22, 23, really. Cade's the oldest one out of all of them.
Right.
And we've been saying this for years. You say Cade is a bust. I don't think he's a bust. I just don't think he's a winner. I think he needs some more people around him so he can put up, he can easily put up 25, 30 a night. But is he going to put up 25, 30 and win? That's the same issue. That's the only issue I've ever had with Cade. Cade can score, but is he going to lead his team to victory? What's your thoughts, sir?
He a bust. Cade is a bust. I've been telling you that from the day they said the number 1 pick. Cade is a bust, man. The whole team is a joke.
Honestly, if it were me, I would keep him and Stewart and Beef Stew. I would keep him because he play hard for you. He don't mind doing the dirty work. I would keep you. You got to keep a guy like that around.
So you would keep Cade, Beef Stew. You wouldn't keep J90?
Yeah, I'll keep Cade, Ivy, Duran, Thompson, and Stewart. Everybody else can go. So all of them may not be starters initially, but maybe at some point, because that's 4 guards right there. 3 guards, a forward in the center. Is that that's kind of how the league is right now anyway.
So you let what's the name walk? The dude that they got from Golden State. He went to Memphis with Penny Hardaway.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. what has he really shown? He didn't show it in Golden State, and he's been showing it in Detroit. So go ahead and get some equity for him. Get a couple draft picks for him, and or trade for some veterans for him. At this point, if Golden State gave up on him and they kept saying good things about him, he ain't did no better here in Detroit. So what would be the good sense in keeping him? If you trade me and you say we don't have room for you, okay, well, let me go ahead and I'm gonna ball out. I'm gonna go no matter where I'm at. I'm coming to take your spot. I'm starting, and that's what it is. He did that. So
why?
If he hasn't done that, Wiseman, yeah, Wiseman. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm saying is he in a position to help you and your team long term? He hasn't done a short term, so why should he be a part of the long term plans?
Yeah, well, I don't know. You're gonna need a big though. You gonna need to go without. So if you're getting rid of him, then you keep enduring.
From what I've seen, those are the five guys I mentioned were the guys who have shown the best so far over the season.
So you keep Jalen down. Okay. I don't know if I keep Jalen Duren over Wiseman. Well, he still got an upside, man.
I'm not saying he don't. I'm not saying he don't. This is a Missouri league. This is a show me league. We got to get something about him.
Well, if it's a show me league, then you should be wanting to get rid of Cade.
I'm not against that. I would keep him, but if somebody give me a good enough deal, somebody say, "Hey, I give you a number one this year and a number 3 and a number 4 over the next 2 years, and then throw in and some cap relief, and I take on the contract." Let's call him commissioner. Let's make it happen. Let's call Joe Dumars. Let's get this paperwork rolling. Yes, and, I'm not saying nobody is off the table. I'm saying these are the people that I would keep. Nobody's off the table because at this point, it's insanity. You're doing the same thing over and over again, trying to get the same result. So if even the people I said I would keep, if somebody called and gave me a good enough deal for them, and I'm not taking a short end of the stick, okay, come on, we got a locker room space for them. Take your tag with you, put your stuff in the box. We love you. We're gonna give you a first class ticket. You're gonna move your family yourself, but we're gonna put you on the plane to the new place. Yeah, it's a business, man. You play to win the game. And we've been in the lottery for the last 4 or 5 years,
correct,
with no improvement. We need some changes. First change I'd have been done. I'd have got rid of that general manager. That's the first thing.
Troy Weaver.
Yes. Troy Weaver can go and get his nephew and sing Lion King. He can't wait to be king somewhere else. So Troy Weaver, yes, without hesitation, yes.
So you get rid of Troy. So you get rid of Troy Weaver for who?
I'm gonna find somebody. I'm gonna find one of the best up and coming minds in basketball, and somebody. It's always somebody out there who's hungry to do a good job. Make the phone call.
So you get rid of Troy Weaver. Do you get rid of Monty too?
I think that I don't know if Monty is able to be getting rid of because of the amount of money.
Okay.
I'm not saying. And honestly, I said this about Casey. I didn't think Casey was the problem. From watching him coach the guys and watching their body language, I didn't think he was a bad coach. I just think that they tuned him out. I think they've done an even better job of tuning out Monty. You got a coach that's been to the finals, a coach that was a couple games away from getting the ring, and you're not listening to him. To me, that's their problem, not his. That's how I would look at it. You got when they went out, they did go out and get one of the best. Did he really want to be there? Probably not. But how do you turn that money down? That's generational wealth. You don't turn it down. If he getting kicked in the tail behind it right now, and they talk about is he open to a buyout? Yeah, if he take the buyout, I wouldn't blame him because he see what they don't want to do around him. and that's just what it is. All right, men's college basketball. We got Colorado, Arkansas, with a serious domino effect. Started with SMU firing Rob Lanier, and the NFL leaves USC for SMU. USC hires Eric Musselman from Arkansas. But with that happening, Bronny said, "My coach leaving, I'm leaving. I'm going to put my name into the hat for the NBA, and I'm also going to open up for the portal." Then Calipari goes to Arkansas. Pope leaves BYU for Kentucky. BYU still don't have a head coach yet. So that's and you see that happen every year. One coach go here, and it's a linear effect, the domino effect. And quite honestly, we hear about it 2 weeks late. All of these things happen right when the tournament starts, and right when the Final Four happens. Right. So a lot of those things are finalized long before it even comes out. There's a whole lot of backroom deals that are made. I know a guy, I'm not going to say his name, who was a big part of the basketball scene, college-wise, and has had a good name. And he would tell us these stories about. He would tell before this even happened. He would say before Trump say something. He would say, "Watch out! This person gonna leave. This person here. This person gonna be there." Sure enough, it happened. And when I was coaching at a certain school. I'm not gonna say the school because I don't want to put them out there like that. But if you know me, you can put the dots together. And the guy I was coaching with at that school, he went with him, and he was like, "Man, I thought he was joking. I saw it happen myself. And these are just backroom deals that they happen." And you see, he talked about how stuff, people getting arguments, and somebody will put somebody in the room, a big person, a shoe person, will say, "Okay, we're not gonna have this argument no more. Y'all got to go in there and settle this. Y'all can't come out till it's done." And you'll be like, "They did that?" Yes. The shoe people don't play. They don't want their name tarnished at all. So that's the fun part about college basketball. I think you text me that Calipari was going to Arkansas. And I was like, what? But then I thought about it. So that makes sense. It makes sense because at some point you're going to leave the programs that you're in. There are days. At some point, he said, it was time for him to go. His voice wasn't the same in Arkansas no more. Initially, I text you a whole bunch of millionaires, not enough championships. Kentucky is about winning. They want championships. They like the Lakers. We got the win around here. This is what we do. But they are willing to spend the money. They definitely willing to spend the money. State of Kentucky they willing to do that. I'm sorry, state of Kentucky and Tennessee, because you see that they got rid of the Tennessee girls coach because she hadn't won the championship. So we still waiting. They haven't hired a coach yet. I still think they're trying to get Carol Lawson out of Duke. But we talked about that last week. Speaking about women's coaches, Tara Vanderveer retires. Winningest coach of women coach of all time, winningest coach in Olympic history, just an all-around great coach. I remember when '92, her on the sidelines, she had them out there running, getting them ready for the Olympics, and Rebecca Lobo couldn't keep up. and Dawn and them was like, "Come on, Rebecca, let's go now. Come on, college kid." So yeah, and Vanderveer was like, "Come on, Rebecca, let's go." So yeah, I'm a big fan of Vanderveer, and I had a feeling when she got when she won that, she got the record that she was going to retire this year. And Stanford has been a great proponent of women's sports for a very long time. So you look at schools like Stanford, Vanderbilt, Tennessee, and even Georgia, they do a great job of women's sports. All right, Monday, the WNBA draft, quick turnaround. What's your thoughts, sir?
Yeah, that is a quick turnaround. I guess Caitlin going first to the Fever with old girl from South Carolina. I can't think of her name. The one
in Boston.
Yeah, Leah Boston. Yeah. So
I like the fact that it's always been like that. There's always been a quick turnaround. I wish that the NFL would do that with the national championships, but of course you got to have your fanfare with the combine and stuff like that. But the women they do it. They're smart to capitalize on it. You got to, and you're gonna have Caitlin with the number one going out there with Aaliyah Boston. I was a little upset with Aaliyah Boston. I thought she lost her objectivity in the championship game, but she was one of the commentators, and she wasn't even at the table no more after the game. She didn't even come back. She was out there crying and celebrating. They brought you there for a job, young lady. Your job was to be a commentator. We know you love South Carolina, but you got a job to do. So hopefully she'll in the future she can keep that objectivity a little bit more. And I understand you want to cry, be with your girls because those were your teammates last year. But they brought you there to work, baby girl. You got to keep the headset on, and you got to keep the microphone in your hand and go out there. Maybe she would have been asking them questions about playing time. All right, sir. We're moving right along. Got a good show going here today. Thank you for everybody joining us today. We got we got words from my brother Renzi, Greg Brown. Marcus even jumped in there. So we got a lot of good people helping out today. We on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook, of course. And let's see, we got another one. Miss Valerie Colbert, Asamuda. I hope I didn't say your name wrong. She said we see that lack of objectivity all the time across all sports. I agree, and I need to be just as critical about all the other sports as well, because you see them in baseball with Big Poppy and all them out there. You are correct. So I thank you for bringing me back in order, Miss Valerie. Thank you for that. Got to do better than that. And Instagram, we on Instagram too. We on Instagram too. I got to get my Instagram link set up. That means I got to pay a little bit more money. But hey, you got to invest. You got to spend money to make money. Absolutely. All right, let's see where we at. MLB and NHL as we come. Yeah, we right on time. All right, the Tigers started off 6-1. Now they're 8-4, second in the Central behind Cleveland. Are they coming back to earth? What you think, sir?
They never left. Never left. Man, I cannot wait till September. No, when is it over? Yeah, September, October. I cannot wait. There's all the crying going. I'm just gonna be sitting over here smiling like I am now. Boy, oh boy, the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Away. Where did I go? Oh, there we go. I was like, where did I go? I'm just over here talking. Yeah, I would agree that they've come back to earth. I think that they should, same thing I said for last year. If they can stay 500 or above, they got a good chance of making the playoffs. And so they even into the second week of the season, almost third week of the season, they are two-thirds ahead of where they were last year. This time they probably were 4-8, if that. If I go back and look at the records, it was probably worse than that last year. So let's just hope that they continue to do well and continue to move forward. And like you said, they play the Twins today, and they're at home because yesterday it was a rain delay. And so today, do they play a 1 o'clock game? Is that a 1 o'clock game?
I believe so. Yeah, they got it in yesterday. They got the game in yesterday.
Good. All right, so hopefully they can play again today. The weather hold up and go out and play. That go back to the same thing I've been saying. First 2 weeks of the season, everything need to be south of the Mason-Dixon line. California, all the way through the south. There's enough teams down there to make it happen. They don't need to go back up north unless you're playing somewhere in a dome stadium. To me, that makes no sense. But hey, what do I know? Let the weather warm up a little bit. Go to Florida. You go to Florida and Arizona for spring training just to go back to the snow the first week. Make it make sense. Ain't that what the kids say? Make it make sense?
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. All righty. Let's see here. We got a time for a free Saturday conversation. Anybody out there got a conversation for free Saturday? I did drop one down just in case we can start with one. To get somebody to give us a free Saturday conversation. Will the NBA be able to capitalize on college basketball success? Will they be able to carry over all the publicity from Caitlin Clark in college into the WNBA. Because right now you got ABC with the WNBA, you got ESPN, and you got what's the other channel? There's another free channel.
Was it Fox?
It's not Fox. It's the C. Is it the CW?
Yeah,
But
CW do it too.
it's
Yeah.
the CW plays the WNBA games. Will they be able to get the publicity to see the games for viewership? What you think?
CW50 plays college football too, though, and then they also play. What else they play? They play the little soccer league too. So I don't know, man. I mean, I think we probably put no horse before the carriage, because I mean, it is this year they did take over the men. The women did, right? Because they outdid the NCAA championship game. But everybody knew UConn was going to beat Purdue anyway. But the ratings, they just killed basketball as a whole with the ratings. So we will have to really see next year, this coming up year, with college basketball. Because you only got who coming back? You only got Juju coming back. Angel Reese declared. Caitlin declared. The girl from North Carolina, she in a transfer portal. Watch she end up in South Carolina. Watch I tell you.
Rakia Jackson's she's in going to the league. She declared. Let's see. Bukers is coming back to UConn.
Yeah, Paige Beckers.
Paige Beckers is coming back.
They gonna be the team. They gonna be it's gonna either be them or South Carolina. Because all of them will be back for Ozzie Fudd, and all of them will be back healthy.
Yep. They're about to say that all the girls who got her to be back. Yep. So now those are the two teams that they're looking at it again. Here we got the Evil Empire, which is UConn. I don't know why they started doing that. Of course, I wasn't the biggest fan of UConn, but I like the fact that they're resilient. They're very resilient. The coach is very resilient. He's there. Gino Auriemma, yes. Yeah. And I still say South Carolina until somebody beat them at this point. They're looking at being undefeated. And, of course, Notre Dame is going to be there. I think Notre Dame is going to be stronger this year with that point guard that they have. She's coming back. Let's see here. So hope that transfers over to the WNBA. And you got a team. Of course, we got the Dallas team that used to be in Detroit. You got Connecticut. You got Vegas, who's probably looking to win it again, and LA. They're talking about. They're saying that Bayou Barbie's going to go to LA. What's the girl's name?
Angel Reese.
Angel Reese said she's probably going to go to LA, and so it's setting up to be very well. You got Indiana. You're going to have Caitlin and Aaliyah Boston together. And that's something they can work on from down throughout the years. And don't forget about Seattle. Seattle signed girl that was in Phoenix, and so that they're gonna be a lot stronger this year, a lot stronger. All right. It's about that time. We're gonna take a quick pause for the calls as we get ready for Stupid Sports News. All right. We got in our Stupid Sports News, we got a couple updates on a couple situations that we were talked about in the past. Ohtani's interpreter actually stole $16 million in illegal sports betting. He turned himself into the police. But my question is he taking a fall? Is he taking a fall for Ohtani? Did Ohtani make those bets, really? And is he taking a fall for it? What you think, sir?
I think he knew. I think he knew about it. I mean, real, because what financial institution is not going to alert you of some type of fraudulent activity? Whether it's Chase, Mercantile, First Bank of Detroit, Comerica, right? First, whoever. They're going to, all right.
PNC.
and you got you of Shohei Ohtani. So the first million, they gonna send you an alert. Did you just blank, blank, blank? No. If you did, call us. If you didn't, okay, discard them. No. Chase do it to me all the time.
Mhm.
And I'm no Shohei Ohtani. And they text me and be like, were you at Foot Locker or such and such? Yeah, that was me. Did you go back to Foot Locker in Florida? Yeah, that was me.
You say Foot Locker know you when you come in, huh? They know you by name.
Hey, Phil, what's going on? Is that the register? Is that the counter? Okay.
All right. Well, I have to agree with you on that. I think that he's going to take the fall for that. I think that Ohtani was definitely a part of it, whether he was actually making the making the bets or not. I do think that he was right there, part of it. The young man, he gonna take care of his family. You know that. They're gonna figure it out for him. Like they always do. So like I said, OJ, either he did it or he know who did it. Same thing with Ohtani. He know a little something about this. It's something really going on in there. He know what's happening. So yeah. And then the next thing we got Mr. Rashee Rice. He was driving 119 miles an hour. 119 miles an hour. 119 miles an hour on a regular street. Turned himself in. He's in police custody right now. To me, that don't make no sense. That makes no sense. I don't get it. I don't get it. Don't get me wrong. I've driven 100 on the lodge. I've done it before. Yes, I'm guilty. Why? Because let's see how far how I can do this. Of course. So does it make sense? Yes and no, because we men and we stupid. The definition of being a man is stupid. We do stupid stuff. But you got he was. I was 17 when I did it. He in his 20s, he's about 25. He should know a little bit better than that. You in one car, your boy in the other, and then walk away. Just walk away from the people. Like ain't nothing happened. But hey, it is what it is. Oh Lord, come on now. Let's see. All right, I lost my other screen. I got hurt and put it back up there. All right, bam. All right, beautiful, beautiful. All righty. As we go down as we close the show, next week, of course, we'll be back April 20th, 2000. He did 160 on I-35. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. How you do 160 on 35? It's too much construction. Oh my goodness. Maybe he was out in the further part. If you've been to Texas, you got to understand it ain't nothing but construction on 35.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Construction is not, what's one street or one freeway they always do construction on in Michigan? It's worse than that down here because they always do construction. I believe it though. I believe it. That's crazy. Because how would they know? Like I said before, it's cameras everywhere. I-35 in Kansas. Yeah, I can believe it. Thank you, Greg, for the update. I believe it. Next show is April 20th, 2024. Last week predictions, you were 3-0. In your predictions, I was 2-1. I chose Iowa over South Carolina. And so that leads to our challenge bracket challenge winners. For the men, Mr. Donald Wood, congratulations to you, sir. I'll be reaching out to you, Mr. Lanshan. He sent me a text, an email, and I'll try to write him back. You gentlemen, please get in contact with me so we can take care of your gift, your merch. We do appreciate you. Thank you very much. And both of them pretty much, they ran away with it. It wasn't even close. Both of them were ahead of like 20-some points. Lance did make a comeback, though. He was in second place at one point, third place. He came back on the women's side because everybody picked South Carolina. All 5 of us picked South Carolina. So congratulations to those gentlemen. Don't forget about the other shows and the Love and Stuff Diaspora. We got Love and Stuff on Tuesday night, the flagship show, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. Dr. V on Wednesdays. She normally does something on YouTube around noon. That's you will make sure you look up her show. Love in the Scriptures, Love in Music, Love in History with Brother Good Reverend Dr. Williams, 6 p.m. Eastern here on the same platforms. So thank you very much again, Mr. Felix, for having another great show with us.
Absolutely.
We getting it together, brother. This is year number 3. I'm scared to go back and look at some of these videos and put together a best of show. I'm scared. We can maybe we can narrate it to see how crazy we look in the beginning. Look like the Simpsons.
Right.
The Simpsons looked in the beginning with the mouth all crooked. That's how I see some of the beginning shows. But all right, we're gonna get out of here. Have a great day, everybody. Be safe, and see you all next week.